Hello there, my name's Dane Lemaitre, works for the video, and this is a review on the Bachmann Rosie in the Thomas Tank Engine range. I've only just opened. I got this on the 22nd of August, which is my birthday. Also on my birthday, well, the 23rd of August, which is the day after, I went to the Raven Glass and Eskdale Railway over in Cumbria. You can see the full video of that on my channel. I thank you very much for watching this video, and please enjoy the rest of it. So here you can see I've got the Bachmann Rosie out of the box at last. I also got this on my birthday, Wallace & Gromit keyring. I'm going to keep it in the box as it is a very old and very rare one. I've always been a bit of a Wallace & Gromit fan. Unfortunately, you know, Peter Sallis, who voiced Wallace, died this year. Have been rather busy. As you know, I went on holiday and I went to the Raven Glass and Eskdale Railway. And the full video of that can be seen on my channel. Please watch it if you haven't. So it was a really good railway, so I recommend that you go if you've never been before. But so here is the Bachmann Rosie. And first off, when I actually got it out of the box, I actually found a criticism with it. If you listen very carefully, her boiler, the plastic's not as hard as I thought it was, and you can actually push in her boiler. And the plastic isn't as hard as it is on other tank engines like Bill and Ben. When I touched Bill and Ben's sides, their sides didn't move in at all. They were nice and firm, whereas this one is a lot more sort of fragile, flimsy. I don't know why. I mean, also Oliver was released recently, and he didn't feel like that. So it's only Rosie so far. So like I said, she is very, very fragile. So I'm not going to push her boiler in too hard because I don't want to crack it. But obviously, if you got little ones with you know, very sort of heavy-handed, they could easily break that, I think, because it is, the sides are not that hard as they probably should be. Like I said, though, I think this is a very good model of Rosie. It looks just like Rosie's model in the TV series, which is now housed at Drayton Manor, along with a lot of the other models from the TV series when the show was made using live model animation. This is the new style of packaging that Rosie comes in. As I say, it's different to the packaging that all the other characters come in, but nevertheless, you know, I don't think that's a bad thing. As I say, I think it's nice that they've decided to restyle it. It also says their age is 8+, which I suppose is appropriate. As I was saying earlier, it is a lot more delicate with the plastic compared to other models. There's the back of the box. Shows you all the other ones you can get. And so I mainly discussed this packaging in the last video that I done. Can't really say a huge amount more about the packaging, I don't think, really, but like I said, I think it is really good. Also, when this first came out, on Twitter, someone had a laugh and with Photoshop made one for Sydney the Diesel engine. But say there's no plans to release Sydney at the minute. Who knows though, he might get released one day, as I think he is starting to get a lot more popular now than what he was. Also, they're bringing out Paxton this year, and obviously Paxton was a bit like Sydney at one point, sort of appeared in the background, and now appears a lot more regularly. So just have to wait and see, really. But I say that's the packaging, and the model itself is quite well protected. Probably not as well protected as it would be in the polystyrene, like the old Hornby ones. But nevertheless, you know, I still think it's okay. As I was saying, Rosie looks exactly like she does in the TV series here. And her face, I'm sure you'll agree, is more based upon her CGI face. I say this model does differ slightly now, though, as that recently Rosie's appeared in the newest special, Journey Beyond Sodor, and she now has a brand new livery. And she's got NWR lettering on her side and the number 37. So she looks a lot more different now. She's also got a different voice actress. She's voiced by Nicola Stapleton, who used to play Mandy Slater in EastEnders. It's been quite a few years since I watched EastEnders. But yeah, so she's actually changed now. So it makes me laugh that Bachmann have only just released this, yet they haven't put her in a new livery. and she's also come out in the Adventures range recently. And also in the Adventures range, she's got her old livery here. The only range that has her in a new livery is the My First Thomas and Friend, the Pals range. That's the only range so far to date that has her in this the new livery that she has. Also in Journey Beyond Sodor. So I haven't actually seen the full film yet, but I saw the little clip of where Rosie speaks. And also, when I logged on Twitter, I couldn't help but notice this shot here of literally every single engine on the island of Sodor. And also the one with the diesel, the diesels that appeared in the background in the Great Race movie. I suppose it would take a while to grow on this sort of thing, really, but I preferred Rosie in this livery to her new livery, but I mean, we might get to like her new livery. Also, I think it's a bit strange how she's just appeared in a new livery and there's not been an explanation, unless there is going to be an explanation in an episode later on. Like I said, I do prefer her in this one. I mean, pink's not my favourite colour. I mean, I suppose she's more of a lavender colour, but so pink's not my favourite colour. But I mean, if you watch a number of other children's shows, there are male characters that either are pink or wearing the colour pink, and also Beresford, who's the new crane introduced in Journey Beyond Sodor. Although he's not pink, he has got bits of pink on him, on his gantry. As you know, the Bachmann range, the eyes move from side to side as the engines go around. This is on the Thomas range and also the Underground Ernie range. But I've had a little test of this, and I'm sure you'll agree that it runs really well indeed. So even though this is quite a small model, Rosie is very, very powerful and can pull quite a heavy train. But I suppose the way that her wheel arrangement is and that, she was she can do that. I also really like her wheels. I think it's a bit of a shame though, you've got this little plastic bit here, looks a bit sort of cheap and tacky. Shame that's not metal as well. Also, if you look on the back of her, she doesn't have a lamp on the back of her here. But in some episodes she did have a lamp on the back of her. In other episodes she didn't. I also really like her buffers. They're really sort of compact, again, like they were in the TV series. And so up until quite recently, so Rosie hadn't really appeared that much in Thomas. She mainly made cameos, but it looks like she's going to be making sort of a lot more sort of speaking parts than that now. And I'm delighted as well they brought her back, even though she's in a new livery. But like I said, I'm not against the new livery. I'm sure, I'll get to like it as time goes on. I suppose it's a little shock to the system, really. Like anything that's brand new to us, we all get used to it eventually. Like obviously, some of the engines, like say Toby, for example, or Flynn, have had different voice actors. And we soon get used to them, or we prefer them to what they had, sort of thing. Things change, sort of thing. You have to get used to it. As I was saying, I think this is a really good model of Rosie. Another thing I'd like to add as well is that as you can see, she doesn't have any lamp irons on here. In some episodes, she did have lamp irons on the front of her. But in this, again, going into the CGI series, she didn't have the lamp irons, and neither did this model. But this model is pretty much based upon what Rosie looked like in the CGI series, apart from obviously the new livery. But I say this was obviously planned probably before then. I mean, we've been waiting for Rosie for a long time to come out as well. Like I said, I think she's a really well detailed model, and I'd happily give her a 10 out of 10, despite obviously the fact that, say, the plastic doesn't feel as hard as other locomotives. But yeah, I'd give her a 10 out of 10. I think she's a really good model, and I certainly recommend, if you haven't got this, that you get this. I got this from Toothley Thomas. I've got a lot of my other engines from over the years. It's a really nice shop. I recommend you go there. And thank you very much for watching this video, and goodbye.
No. Yeah, I'm going to get it from the microwave now. Now you open the door on this.